Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. If you've watched my previous video about Aglia, you will know that Remembrance is a new path we can play in the upcoming patch 3.0. We already have a lot of information about this path, such as the servant mechanic that will be the hallmark of the upcoming Remembrance path. This servant mechanic is definitely something fans are excited about. Many think it's a sign of the collaboration with the Fate Stay Night franchise, which is expected to appear in version 3.4. Even if there isn't a collaboration event, I think this servant mechanic will still be a big deal for fans, because it's a pretty cool new feature in the Honkai Star Rail. We can also see how excited people are about this Remembrance path from the information shared by Hoyoverse through Drip Marketing 3.0. This tells us that our main character, Trailblazer, will get his latest form as a character with a Remembrance path. I bet you're wondering what kind of kit Trailblazer will have. Well, instead of being curious, let's get into it. Let's do this. Do you have a character or weapon in the game that you really want but you don't have enough Stellar Jade? Here is a smarter way to recharge your favorite games like Genshin Impact and Honkai Star Rail. Look no further than Loot Bar. Loot Bar is the most reliable top-up platform. It saves up to 20% for all orders compared with the official channel, and it provides an 5% off for your first purchase. It's 100% safe as you will only be using your UID. We will buy pack for 3,000 Stellar Jades for $42, which otherwise would have costed $50, totally saving $7.5. We received the crystals we purchased in less than 3 minutes. All recharge will be done through the official channel with miHoYo, which allows you to enjoy all top-up offers. Ready to level up your gaming experience? Check the link in the description to get the amazing discount. Okay, before we get into the Remembrance Trailblazer's kit, I just want to give you a quick overview of the basic information we have about this character. As you saw in the Drip Marketing 3.0 info a while ago, our main character will have a new form in 3.0, an ice type with a Remembrance path. As I said before, Remembrance is a path that's all about servant mechanics. This servant mechanic is a gameplay mechanic where the character who owns this path can summon an entity that can fight in the field. This entity can move around independently, just like a character. We've also heard that this new main character will have a role as a sub DPS, which can deal damage and also provide supports to the team. Some sources even say that the main character with this new form was seen paired with a new character that appeared in version 3.0, named Aglia during the testing phase of his kit. I should also mention that Remembrance has a servant, who up until this video was made was called Mimi. Many players are curious about the form of this servant, who is named Mimi. We can now see the original form of Mimi from Drip Marketing 3.0, which was released some time ago. Her form is that of a small pink monster. What do you think, guys? This creature is pretty cute, isn't it? Alright, let's talk about the full early kit for Remembrance Trailblazer. As per the info posted by Sila, the basic attack owned by Remembrance Trailblazer will give ice damage to a single target enemy, just like the other characters out there. I think we can skip this kit for now. Next, let's look at the skills Remembrance Trailblazer can use. According to the latest info from Sila, there are 2 ways Remembrance Trailblazer can use these skills. The first is to bring Mimi into the battle area if she isn't already there. However, if Mimi is already in the battle area, when Remembrance Trailblazer issues this skill, Remembrance Trailblazer will restore HP and provide energy to the servant. From what we can see here, it seems that Remembrance Trailblazer is not a character who is wasteful of SP. The ultimate owned by Remembrance Trailblazer has an interesting effect. His ultimate will damage all enemies. Also, just like his skills, if he didn't have a servant at the time he issued this ultimate, he will summon one into the field. If Mimi is already in the area when Remembrance Trailblazer uses this ultimate, he will give energy back to the servant. At first glance, it seems similar to his other skills, but we don't know how much energy is given. My guess is that the ultimate will give more energy than the skill. Alright, now let's talk about the talent that Remembrance Trailblazer brings to the table. Word is that Mimi, the servant owned by Remembrance Trailblazer, has a pretty high speed status, 130 points, and HP equivalent to a certain percentage plus a few points from the maximum HP owned by Remembrance Trailblazer. The more HP Remembrance Trailblazer has, the more HP Mimi has. On top of that, whenever a teammate recovers a certain numbers of energy points, Mimi also gets some energy. based on a certain percentage. Mimi also gains certain energy when she is summoned thanks to her special trait. And when Mimi leaves the field, Trailblazer will get a forward action. This is all pretty interesting, isn't it? It seems that Mimi, who is a servant belonging to Remembrance Trailblazer, also has her own talents. According to the information that's been circulating, it seems that Mimi's presence in the field can provide an increase in critical damage to all team members based on the amount of critical damage from Mimi or Trailblazer. This means that we should keep an eye on the critical damage status in the Remembrance Trailblazer build later on, so that our team can get a lot of additional critical damage. Mimi has two other abilities on top of being able to provide increased critical damage to all party members. Mimi's first ability, Defeat the Villains, can deal 4 pieces of ice damage to one random enemy target and 1 piece of ice damage to all enemies. On top of that, Mimi has another ability called Mimi's Blessing. When her energy reaches 100%, she automatically gets a turn and then gives a blessing to one ally, which also gets a turn. Yes, this effect is similar to Bronya's and Sunday's skill, which can also give 100% action advance to one ally. What's interesting is that when the ally who's been blasted by Mimi attacks the enemy, they will cast bonus true damage of a certain percentage of the previous damage. This buff will last for 3 turns. We're still not sure exactly what this true damage does, but I think it might be a new type of damage that they will introduce in version 3.0. On top of what we talked about earlier, Shiroha also gave us the lowdown on Remembrance Trailblazer technique and Ascension traces. In his post, he said that Remembrance Trailblazer technique will create a special field that lasts for 10 seconds. And enemies in this special area will be hit by a status effect and experience action delay. When entering combat with enemies under that status, Remembrance Trailblazer will deal a true damage to all enemies equal to certain percentage of Remembrance Trailblazer's attack. At first glance, the effect seems normal, but we don't currently know what true damage is, so I can't say much more. As for Ascension traces owned by Remembrance Trailblazer, most of them have an impact on energy. For instance, in the initial Ascension trace, allies who receive Mimi's Blessing will receive enhanced damage based on the amount of energy that has been accumulated. Each of these extra points will let you boost the ally Mimi's Blessing up to a certain percentage. Next, when Mimi uses an ability called Defeat the Villains, she will get an energy recharge boost of a percentage with Remembrance Trailblazer's second Ascension trace. This helps her energy to fill up faster. In my opinion, these traces are pretty good. This suggests that Remembrance Trailblazer is likely to be a very interesting sub-DPS character in the future. Meanwhile, the third trace lets Remembrance Trailblazer advance forward at the start of the battle, and when Mimi is called into the field, Remembrance Trailblazer gets energy recovery by a percentage. Overall, it's pretty interesting to see what these traces can do. Okay, then let's move on to Remembrance Trailblazer's Eidolon section. Unfortunately, at the time of this video, we only have the names of the Eidolons, but no details about the buffs. We don't have all the details yet, but the names of these Eidolons are pretty intriguing. Some of them, like Adventurer of the Present, Trailblazer of the Past, and Songster of the Future, hint at specific time periods. What do you think, guys? Alright, now we are getting to the crux of the matter. That's about the release date for this character. If we look at the info from Dream Marketing that Hoyoverse shared a while back, it looks like this character will be in the next version, which is 3.0. It's a bit unusual, I know, given that usually the latest Trailblazer form comes in version 3 or 4 of each arc. But if this is true, I'm happy because we will get a new character with an interesting mechanic pretty soon. Alright guys, that's all for now. What do you think about this new character? Please leave your comments down below and don't forget to check out my another video because they are just as cool. Thanks for watching, stay safe, stay healthy, and see you in the next video.